Hi everyone, this is Dr. Mahima Bakshi. I'm the Youth Ambassador from India for the International Youth Society, a mother and child wellness expert, author and founder-owner of Birthing Naturally Queen. I'm also a woman activist, and because 26 September is marked as the World Contraception Day and as the Youth Ambassador, I would like to take the opportunity to promote awareness on use of contraception to prevent an unplanned pregnancy. A lot of times after a baby is born, the mother and the father, new parents, need to understand how important is it to prevent an unplanned pregnancy too soon after having a baby. It is important to use the right kind of contraception, especially when it's a lactating woman, or if there's any other medical history involved. It's important that you use the right kind of contraceptive method. So let's find out today from Dr. Shaily Singh, who's a senior consultant obstetric gynecologist at Rosewalk, about what are the right kind of contraceptive methods that one can follow after having a baby. Family planning is very important, and planning your second baby at the right time can really help in preventing a lot of issues. Birth spacing remains very important, so let's find out the right kind of contraceptive method after having a baby. So hi ma'am, how are you?
I'm good, Mahima. How are you?
Very good. So since 26th September is marked as World Contraception Day, and we were just trying to create awareness on the use of safe contraception, especially in young mothers, who want to avoid another pregnancy too soon, so that birth spacing that plays a huge role. So please guide us on what are the safe contraceptive methods that a couple, because it's important that it's just not the responsibility of the woman, but it's also the responsibility of the male partner. So how couples can ensure that they avoid an unplanned pregnancy after a delivery, and what would be the right birth spacing time for a couple?
Right. So first of all, immediately post a delivery, most of the couples are quite harried because there's a young baby, you have to take care of the baby, you have to spend so many sleepless nights. So what happens is that the frequency of intercourse is not huge. So because of that, what are the suggestions that one makes are the condoms can be used. Every time there is an infrequent intercourse, one can use condoms, and it has to be used very effectively. One cannot think that just because one is lactating, you will not become pregnant.
I think that is the most common myth, because so many times couples think that maybe the woman is not getting her periods, she's on breastfeeding, so she won't conceive, and actually they end up conceiving.
Yes. Absolutely, and in fact when the abdomen starts showing up, it's a 4 to 5 month pregnancy, then they realize that they are pregnant. So it's something which really requires reiteration.
Yes.
One has to use the condom or some contraceptive method each and every time.
Right.
The other methods which are possible are, of course, some of the hormonal methods. We do know that combined oral contraceptive pills cannot be used before 6 months of delivery because it alters the quality and quantity of breast milk. However, we have the progesterone only pills which can be used, and these are required to be taken every day. And you must remember to take them once every day at the same time, and if there is a variation of about more than 3 hours, then there are chances of a pregnancy happening. So it's important to use it, to remember taking it every day. The other possibilities which are there, of course, are the things like the intrauterine contraceptive devices which can be used, which can be the copper containing, or even the Mirena, which is the progesterone containing one, can be used. We also have the options of an implant which can be inserted subdermally in the upper arm, and of course we also have the option of some other hormonal methods of contraception like the injectable contraceptive. So all these can be used in women who are breastfeeding the babies.
So let's also talk about when to resume sex after having a baby, because I think not too many people talk about it openly. So, when is the best time for a couple to get into sexual intercourse after having a baby? How much spacing is required?
So normally what happens is that we say that about 6 weeks you should make sure that there is abstinence. Why that is so is that we sometimes do require to give an episiotomy. Sometimes the vagina is in the stage of healing. There may be some lacerations, some tears. Along with that, sometimes there are tears which have been repaired as well. So it takes around that much time, and also there is involution of the uterus which is also happening, because normally we have seen that from the pre-pregnant to get back to pre-pregnant stage, it takes around that much time. So 6 weeks of abstinence. Following that, we do say that intercourse can be resumed depending upon, of course, your comfort factor. But along with that, again reiterating the importance of contraception.
So if we talk about use of copper T or Mirena or the dermal implants, subdermal implants, again, when is the right time after having a baby to get it done?
So we can get them inserted. Some of the government hospitals do have a program in which they insert the copper containing IUCDs, which can be inserted immediately at the time of a cesarean. But normally what we say is that it's a good idea to wait at least 6 weeks before we actually do that.
So anyways, an abstinence of 6 weeks is advised after having a baby, and once you plan to resume your sexual intercourse, that would be a good time for you to seek help from your gynecologist and go ahead with the right option of the safe contraceptive method. I think it's very important to emphasize a lot on safe contraceptive method rather than just contraceptive method.
Absolutely.
And what about the emergency pill? Is it safe after having a baby with the lactating phase? Is that fine?
So there is something that I always like talking about, and this is about the use of an emergency contraceptive, which is becoming quite an epidemic. Most of the times you will have people who probably think that it's the magical pill and everything will be sorted out if you take that. Always remember that the emergency pill is not a method of contraception, it's just a method of backup contraception. So your regular method of contraception must be in place. It's only when that regular method fails, for instance, if there has been a condom slippage or breakage that has happened, only then, or suppose you've forgotten to use the pill, or in case there has been a difference in timing, that you've forgotten to take the pill and you need to take it as soon as you remember, then sometimes we do require the emergency contraceptive or the I-pill. And remember that it is not the magical pill, because occasionally it causes a lot of menstrual disturbances, and along with that, if it fails, we've seen so many cases of even ectopic or tubal pregnancies that happen. So just remember that it is not actually a sole method of contraception.
Right. So we both request you all to ensure that you must use safe contraceptive methods. Talk to your doctor about it, learn the right information about it. Please don't depend on Google too much. And after having a baby, you must maintain some birth spacing. Family planning is very important to prevent another pregnancy too soon. The woman's body needs to be ready for it, and I think the couple together needs to be ready for another responsibility. So ma'am, anything else you want to share?
Yes, absolutely. So the last sentence that you have used, actually, the onus of contraception most of the times is only on the woman, but it should not be the same, and it should be shared and equal responsibility, because so many times we also have the option of a vasectomy occasionally, but we have seen how few men actually opt for a vasectomy, though it's a much simpler procedure compared to a tubectomy as well. So I think it's time that men also came forward and took the responsibility of contraception.
Absolutely. So even though men don't have a uterus, they're not going to get pregnant, but I think the responsibility should be equal. Thank you so much, ma'am.
You're most welcome.
Thank you. Lovely talking to you.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you guys. Have a great day. If you like this video, please share with your friends. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.